Step into the paranormal with Ernie Atwell and David Seiler, brought to you by Paranormal Inc., right here on WLFE DB Radio.
Happy 2022, everyone. We made it. We survived.
We
We're
survived
here.
it. The apocalypse. The apocalypse has not happened yet.
First show of 2022.
Amen. Hey, first of all, thank you guys for joining us on your Sunday evening. We do appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hope everybody had a happy, safe, and prosperous New Year's.
And Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah, we wish that too. So
that's right. We haven't been on since before Christmas.
It's been a while,
though. It's been, 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
We have a little bit different tonight. Special guest. He's always tuning in.
Before we do that, she moved again. So we came down here. I thought Ernie was screwing around with me, and she was sitting right here on the table. I'm like, dude, you're not funny.
I won't believe it until there's a camera on it. That's just me.
Tell you what, you could take her home with you tonight.
That's just me.
He's gonna take her home tonight. See how it happens.
When the Christmas stuff goes down, I'll take her home.
He needs a date anyway.
I had to get my house back to normal.
That's about it.
Good show tonight.
Absolutely.
Our guest usually tuned in and always with us on every event.
With us on every event, and I'm proud to call him a friend. You know, he's our cameraman. He does all the wonderful videos that you see behind us. He does them for us. And
if you happen to catch Tony DeVille, his DeVille Inc. commercial, it was filmed by this gentleman right here.
Say we'll bring him in, bring him out, bring him in, bring him in, tune it out.
Hey, fellas. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, John. So, first of all, if you guys are ever looking for a good cameraman in the East Coast area, this guy is like the best of the best of the best of the best.
I get lucky.
So, but damn good cameraman. He catches things that we don't even see in our videos, and he'll mark them for us. But he's the one who did the Sandra video. You saw him in the video. On the end tail end where I hit him with my phone going, this is our cameraman. You saw how cheap the video looked and how professional the rest of the video looked. Yeah, that was him.
John, we're going to jump right into this, and I'm going to start off with the first question. You ready, Dave?
Yep, go ahead.
You ready, John?
Sure.
Did filming get you into the paranormal, or did paranormal get you into filming?
Actually, neither. They just coincided by chance. I was doing filming before I got into the paranormal, and I don't know. They just meshed together.
What I mean, because the work you do is incredible.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, the gear you have and the work you do is outstanding. But what turned you, man, and got you interested in pursuing the paranormal?
I guess I'd have to say Ghost Hunters when it first came on in the air on the Sci-Fi Channel. I've always been waiting for a program like that delved more into the paranormal,
right?
And that's pretty much what got me hooked. And I don't know how I got into some of these groups. I mean, like New Jersey Paranormal. They were the first group I actually attended their public events, and I can't remember how I got hooked on them, but it's through them that I know you guys. So I have to give them a lot of credit.
Right. I got to agree with you though, man. The my gosh, since 2006 to now, just the different paranormal shows that are on, have been on, that are still on, that. And the ones that are our all-time favorites that haven't been renewed, all that.
Yeah.
But the original Ghost Hunters that Jason and Grant started, man, that is by far my favorite. I mean, I have my DVR set, and it still records when they rerun them. The originals.
Absolutely.
And it's so cool watching that. Like, I remember watching every episode when they were brand new. And now, they got them over and over again on, various channels. And it's so much fun watching them.
Oh, absolutely. I tell you, the one episode when they were at the Lighthouse, they actually had a static cam on that rocking chair. It moved on its own. That blew me away.
Oh, that was at the, it was at, was it Race Rock?
Oh, I don't even remember.
It was either Race Rock or Lighthouse, maybe. I wish Sherry was watching because she would know the answer to that.
Yeah, I think it was season 2. It aired.
I think isn't that the one when they were packing up and the boaters were stranded out there?
Yeah,
and the guy shot the flare off, and the congressman jumped into action, and Jason and Grant helped pull him in. That was cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
But all right, so while we're on the topic of original taps, what is that your favorite episode?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Because just watching that chair move on its own just blew me away.
I liked when they were at St. Augustine Lighthouse.
Yeah.
I have a thing for lighthouses. Even before paranormal, I just have this. If you notice, when you go in my house, in the kitchen there, that big, it's a lighthouse.
Well, I like that because when they went in, they got the it looked like something looking over at them.
And then it jumped up.
And then reruns in.
Yeah,
it happened again.
Yeah.
So
that was awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So
I don't know, man.
Yeah. So I love it when like Destination Fear now. The new episodes of Destination Fear. They were just out in Ireland. And first of all, I love Ireland.
Yeah, I definitely would like to go there.
Greg O'Brien. He's saying Fort Mifflin is his favorite episode.
Go figure.
But that Fort Mifflin episode, they were in the casemate, remember?
Yeah, casemate 5, I think it was.
And Grant was looking through the little, I say window, but the little cutout in the wall, and that's when he saw the man's face. He jumped down and told Jason to go around and cut it off because you can go in the back way too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's I guess Fort Mifflin's probably that's right up there, probably second for me. I like that one.
Well, I like it when you catch things like moving, just like that.
Yeah,
I mean, in the latest one where they were actually when they were sleeping in Destination Fear, in the background, all of a sudden all the candles and everything went out, but they catch
that shadow.
Yeah, the shadow come in and come pop back.
Yeah,
I like So I mean, when it comes to Fort Mifflin,
Fort Mifflin, man, that's beyond words because we've had such a variety of things. We've been there twice?
No, 3 times now. Three times now.
And,
I've been there 3 times.
Yeah, I've been there twice. And
the one casemate, Greg, tell me where this is. It's like in the hill. You go straight into it, and it has like that, almost like a well inside it that was circle. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That I was getting so many EVPs and the real stuff.
I was in there with Michelle from New Jersey Paranormal, and same thing.
Yeah, that place is
because that's where we came out of when I video called you when your cabinet doors open while we were live. Remember?
Yeah, we're not going over that one. I still have problems up there. My door's still open and closed randomly, and I have things move occasionally.
But Destination
Torpedo
Fear
magazine. There you go. Thank you, Greg.
Destination Fear. I hated to see that season in, man. I like that. I just like their technique. Now we were talking off air for everybody that's watching. We were talking off air with John last night. If you're a fan of Kindred Spirits, they were in Prince George's County, which is only minutes away from where Dave and John and myself live. And they were at the Linville Manor, which I have heard of it, but I just forgot about it. I've never been there. But that was a good episode. I really liked the techniques and the style of investigating that Amy and Adam, you know what I mean? They're really good at what they're so good at what they do. But I'm all excited, man, because you know what the night is. 10 p.m. Eastern on Travel Channel. Come on, John, introduce it for me, man.
Mountain Monsters.
Oh, I can't wait. I even got my flannel shirt on, man.
Got your shooting iron next to you.
Shooting iron and yelling, yeehaw.
Yeehaw. We'll catch ourselves a Bigfoot.
The only thing that they have ever shot on that show is each other.
Look, that is my favorite show. That we were a few years ago, John. I guess it was about 2017. I forget where Dave and I were, but some constituents of ours were in a Paracon somewhere. I think it was in Virginia, West Virginia. Well, the Ames team was there, and they grabbed Wild Bill up and was like, "Man, our buddy Ernie is your biggest fan," and this and that. And they got to talking to him, and they told him I'm a cop, and stuff like that. And he got a Wild Bill gave me an autograph picture, and he wrote like his Marines and his ID number and all that. And I got hanging with all my paranormal autographs, man. I absolutely love that show. I love it, man.
Hey, as long as it makes you happy, it doesn't hurt
How
anybody
can you-
else. Do your
How
thing.
can you not like that show, man? That is so freaking cool.
But where have they caught Bigfoot yet?
That's like saying, "Hey, have we captured a ghost and got it trapped in a cage?"
We have.
They get so close.
Man,
Yeah, so
man, I'm gonna wake you bitches up tonight when it comes on to make sure you're watching.
forward all calls from Ernie.
That's all right, Ernie. Sandra's gonna make her way to your bed tonight.
I absolutely
Yeah,
love that show.
when he suddenly wakes up, it's like Sandra is like outside his door, and he's gonna be like, "Ah, you're funny." I'm like, "What you talking about?" No,
in a few weeks when I get the house back, I took Sandra home after the Roundhouse Paracon,
And
and
how
she was
long
with
did-
me for like 2 weeks,
And how long did you leave her in that case?
but nothing happened.
In a locked case? No shit,
Yeah, she
dumbass.
wasn't. She was in a display case, just like that.
I put her in a locked case to send her home so she was safe.
I wasn't going to leave her in a locked case.
Greg's like, I need to do a Bigfoot yell in Gettysburg. Well, there's so many jokes there, but from people that watch us that I can't do it. But I would be like, yeah, there's a lot of date calls.
I'm gonna
date calls with that.
I'm gonna take a photo of me with Buddy the Bigfoot and send it to the Ames team. Be like,
Ah! Oh
I
my!
absolutely love that show, man. I absolutely loved it. I started watching that mistakenly one night. I was waiting for the news to come on or something, right? So I put Travel Channel on to see what was on.
Kim D is on. She's like, tell Nala says hi. Says hi.
Oh, that's my little friend Nyla and her brother Isaiah. I met them at the Roundhouse.
Yeah, you missed the opening, Kim. She actually, when we came on, I thought Ernie had got that. He got down here first, had moved her. She had moved on her own. So
we're going when Sandra goes to my house, the camera's going to be on her.
That's why I'll do that in my house. That's why I have so many. John, how long did it take you for y'all to get me into like filming anything here?
Well, Sandra will be with us in Rochester in 2
Definitely.
months, so everybody can come out and see her.
Come out, see her, and say hi to her. She'll probably love the attention.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we went on an investigation a couple weeks ago.
Yes, John. And
Yeah,
of course, John.
Yeah, John was there. Yeah.
What was you said you got an audio clip from there that we didn't hear?
Do you remember we were on the second floor and you said you heard a man's voice? And I said, yeah, I did too. Well,
yes.
There's two voices, and in between there was a heavy breath.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
And
where I had the recorder was right next to that dollhouse, so there was nobody near it.
That dollhouse was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is where we have to schedule another event there, but that is where all the activity for us kicked off. I believe you were with me,
And
John.
the rocking chair right next to the dollhouse. Yeah.
Because our friend Jay, he bought a new K2 meter, remember? And he put it at the dollhouse, and that thing went nuts.
Yeah.
And that's when I basically started tracking. It was like a ball of energy. And I was literally tracking it through the room, and it was elevated off the ground because I went above it, it stopped. I went below it, it stopped. Right in the center, the K2s were active.
How about when we touched your
well, that's what I was getting at. And then a friend of ours, Sherry, was there, and it was like it surrounded her.
Yep.
The energy. So I don't know. But it all originated by that dollhouse, John, that you're talking about.
Yeah, but every time we touched her, I mean, anybody would go like this, it would make all the equipment in the room.
Yeah, because at one point, this was really funny because at one point I was turning to talk, and as I went like this, my elbow brushed her. I didn't see her standing there because it was dark. And as soon as my elbow brushed Sherry, the equipment went off again. And that wasn't even something we announced. Like, okay, we're gonna, touch her arm or whatever, her hand. So that was kind of weird.
That's just kind of wild. So, and I mean, at one point I said, put your hand here, just see what happens. And literally, as soon as we touched, equipment went off. And then while I'm sitting there at the one chair, you're seeing on the thermal on the floor, like something sitting next to me.
Yeah, I still got that. There was definitely, because I had the FLIR camera on, and Dave was saying that there's something, he feels something, whatever.
Yeah, it was cold. You feel the
so
coldness.
Of course I put the FLIR camera on him, and sure enough, man, there was now I don't mean an imprint of heat as if someone stood up from sitting in the chair. There was an actual form of someone that was cold.
Yeah, cold.
Sitting in the chair, and you could see the two separate legs that were hanging off the chair, touching the floor.
Yeah, and that place is no BS.
I mean, I actually got a still shot of that. I'll have to download that and get that up. But
well, hey, if we ever go back, I'll pay the extra cash and bring my camera because I definitely want to film.
Yeah,
we didn't do it.
Make sure to bring Sherry back just to see if we can recreate that energy.
Yeah. So John, when you originally, got into the filming business, okay, what led you to that, and what were you filming like before paranormal?
How I got into it was just a whim. Buddy of mine went over to Europe and he came back with a bunch of footage and he says, "Hey, you got a computer? Think you can throw it together?" I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll try." Went to Best Buy, got some cheap software, and man, I was hooked. And
I gotta ask, what software did you use?
They still sell it. I forget the name of it.
I would use Paint Shop Pro originally, and then I also used Photoshop.
No, it wasn't any of that. It was just a cheap little video editing software. I can't even remember, but I know they still sell it.
Yeah, for mine now I use Moavi, M-O-V-A-V-I. That's what I use now for all of our stuff.
Right. And then after that, I started doing video production at work, which wasn't really part of my job, but that became part of my job, and it just took off from there.
I know the commercials you did for DeVille Inc., man, they were amazing.
They were awesome.
They were really
that was good. A lot of fun. I had a blast.
How long did that take you?
It took me longer to edit it.
Oh, really?
Because I was like, I kept getting ideas after idea after idea, and I kept changing shit. So once I finished it, showed it to Tony, and he says he loved it. So up it went.
Nice.
I spoke to Tony. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Man, he not COVID, but he's just been under the weather.
Sick. Yeah,
it's a flu season, man. You know what I mean?
Yep. So now with
this, actually, Tony and I have a bunch of things planned for this year. We're gonna make some just crazy, stupid videos and have a lot of fun with it, and just get weird.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like weird.
That's
why I like him so much.
Yeah, they don't come. I got to tell this joke, man. This made me think of it, and I'm probably going to get in serious trouble for this.
All right, if you have children in the room, leave now.
I'll keep it clean, but it ain't really that dirty. But at work years ago, some coworkers and I were talking, and they're talking about all their women and all everything they've conquered and all that stuff. So they look at me and I'm like, I've been with my wife now almost 30 years. And they're like, you're the only, guy I know that's 100% faithful, honest, And I'm like, hey, it is what it is. I'm proud of that. Yeah. I don't believe in cheating and, and my one buddy's like, but I got to ask you this. And I said, what's that? And he goes, don't you ever get the urge for some strange? And I'm like, have you ever met my wife? And he's like, yeah. I was like, well, they don't come no stranger than that.
You're watching right now, honey. I'm sorry. When he dies, come look me up. We'll haunt him.
Man, so how was Christmas, John?
It was actually pretty good. Spent Christmas with my in-laws up in Jersey, and they kept the insanity to a minimum, so it was really good.
I spent Christmas with. Well, I'll reverse that. He spent Christmas Eve with us.
Yes.
Nice.
Grace and I went over there and we ate and we ate and we ate. And then I came home pregnant. It was Ernie's.
I'll tell you what, man. I ate so much at night, I got freaking dizzy.
Basically, I got home and I was checking my inner eyelids for about 2 hours afterwards.
Yeah, it was fun, man. We had
a good time.
A lot of good food. It was like 60 degrees outside.
Yeah.
I rode all the way over here tonight with the window down.
Yeah, but it's supposed to get down to like 23 degrees tonight and possibly snow.
Who knows, man? They're going to have like everything else. They're going to have the entire, viewing area in a complete uproar and panic that we're going to get snowed in and die and
run for your lives. It's going to be 9 feet of snow. And then
we'll probably wake up tomorrow and be like a light dusting on the grass or something.
Yeah, frost.
Yeah.
All schools will be closed, of course.
They already closed Harford County.
Yep. Yeah.
I got an alert on I don't know why. I got an alert on my phone. They're already starting to close schools.
Geez.
But for this area, I just pulled up the news app before we started tonight, and they said like our area at this point is only like 1 to 2 inches.
Yeah,
I'll have Dave measure it.
Hey, Ernie. See, I can censor real easy. Yes, I got milk, bread, toilet paper, the important things, eggs. I just went shopping. So, hey, Jerry, how you doing?
John, you coming with us next month to the Hoover House?
Yeah, I'll be there.
That is
actually, speaking of Hoover House, we should get him to talk to Pam while we're there, and maybe he can do some business over there.
Yeah,
because I mean they should start putting those on commercials.
Yeah, because they got a good thing going up there. Yeah,
yeah.
Actually, I've already talked to Steve about doing something.
Nice.
So,
but I'm looking forward to that. That's Saturday, February 26th.
Yep.
For those that want tickets to the investigation, it's from 7 till midnight, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
You just have to contact the Princess of the Paranormal, Miss Pamela Berry, and she can hook you up with the tickets. They handle all that stuff.
Yep.
It's going to be fun though, man. Maybe we'll convince Dave to take.
Jerry, yes, we will bring our favorite person here. She travels with us now.
We will. Maybe we'll give Dave a video recorder and convince him to go into the elevator for an EVP session.
I'm glad that sensor works really nice. Yeah, for those of you who haven't heard yet, which is probably none of the people watching, but I had hurt my back. I didn't want to do the steps, so they convinced me take this elevator. There's coffins that are bigger than this elevator. They said all you do is flip the switch up, the light will come on, and hit the button, you'll go up. Okay, well it's going up, and between the second and third floor, it stops dead as a doornail. I'm like, y'all ain't funny. Stop this shit. Let's go. Nothing. Come on, y'all. I'm not playing. All of a sudden, the light goes out, and all of a sudden, the thing starts going up and down. I am screaming my bloody head off. Get me the yell out of here. And next thing I know, Ernie's trying something. I hear Dave Haney out there. They're trying something. They finally get it to go back down to the second floor. And as I'm coming out, they're right up in my business going, Dave, you okay? You okay? You okay?
Hey, man,
I've kind of felt bad because I'm the one that suggested that you take the elevator because I felt bad about your back. But I'm also the one that came running to Steve and everybody's like, Dave's stuck in the elevator.
He's on the floor laughing his ass off.
Oh, I've never seen Ernie run that fast.
I honestly didn't know Dave was in the elevator. I know the story's funny, but I honestly didn't know you were in the elevator. And myself and Haney were going up the steps, and I was hearing a male voice. And
in the walls.
Haney and I stopped and looked at each other, and I'm like, "You hear that?" And he's like, "Man, that's a male voice." And I'm like, "Where's it coming? Where's it coming from?" So we continue up the steps. And I look at Dave Haney. I'm like, that's somebody yelling, dude. That ain't like something paranormal. I'm like, something's going on. And Dave and I take off, and we're coming down the hall, and we hear. I was like, holy crap, man, that's freaking Dave,
dude.
And Haney's like, yeah, he's in the elevator.
Lights have gone out at that point. The elevator's bouncing on me at this point, and I'm just praying that the thing doesn't go down. I'm looking. There's concrete right here. I can see the floor below, like way down there, and there's no way I'm getting through this space up here for the third floor. Not a snowball chance in purgatory.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, John, because I have senior moments quite often. First time I remember meeting you was at Sam Miller Mansion. Is that correct? Or did we meet somewhere else?
Well, actually, it was at the old Lookout House. I actually met you there.
Lookout House that we met him first time.
But it was brief. Yeah, it was in the summer.
All right, I remember now. Okay.
But my first event with you guys was at the that bar and grill in York.
Yes.
Oh,
the Reliance.
Yeah.
Reliance.
Yes.
That was pretty. I like that place, man.
Place
that was
good.
awesome.
That's another place where I scared the hell out of Dave, and I didn't even mean to.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. Let me set this up. So we walk in the front door. The place is pretty much empty. It's a closed down old bar and grill, and they're renovating it to sell it, but there's some haunted history behind it. So everybody keeps talking about this shadow man back in the kitchen and this and that. So what do? I go back into the back left hallway.
And there's a lot where he was at. There's a long dark hallway.
Long and dark, and at the end was like this window that was like painted over, but you could see like light through it, but couldn't see through it. And while I'm down there, I'm looking and I see something kind of go into a corner. And just an FYI, this corner is a brick wall where it went. So this other guy is right there. I'm like, dude, check this out. There's something down there. And of course, our spidey senses are tingling. Our emotions are high.
And it was dark.
It was dark as all get out. Well, the next thing you know is we're staring at this back left corner. Something comes out of this, literally out of the wall, and starts coming at us very quickly. All of us are like, ah! He's on the floor. I'm on the floor. And we're backpedaling, tripping over each other. And Ernie's like, what? Apparently, there's a side entrance that's blocked by some stuff. We didn't know it was there. So he came through the kitchen, came out, and right at it in the dark.
I came out because I had a separate group that night, and Dave had his downstairs, and we were taking like a break, So I said, hey, I'm gonna go down and check on Dave and his group. It was perfect timing, man, because they're looking for a shadow that Dave saw down the hallway, and just where they saw it is where I came out.
Right. So you look here. All right. So you look here, and the other hallway is right here, and then the hallway keeps going down and turns right eventually down there into other rooms. But apparently he came through the kitchen.
Yeah, I came through the kitchen and made a hard left around the wall.
And there was stuff there that we didn't even know that doorway was there.
And you know me, I walk fast.
And he's quiet. Shit is quiet.
I tell you what, man, it was so funny because I didn't know what happened because I walked down the hallway and I just heard like 3 or 4 men scream and hit the floor.
We were screaming like wenches. I'm
like, well,
ah!
I'm like, what's going on, Dave?
We thought a full-blown apparition was coming like hardcore at us. I mean, we were backpedaling, all tripping over each other, trying to move. And once he realized it, he's just on the floor peeing himself laughing.
But it was good timing.
You couldn't have gotten any better timing than that. We're all just like, did you see that? Yeah, it went down this way. Yeah. Ah! After they were done doing the CPR on me, Oh my God.
I need to get one of them. Like I don't scare. Like,
oh my God.
Like I remember we had Ali on when we did the tribute to Schindler. Like they were even when we were at the Heritage Museum when I was with my old group. And they even tried to set me up to scare me. And Ali wound up scaring himself trying to scare me. And I'm like, I want that. It's like that episode of for those of you that watch Bob's Burgers when Louise can't get scared and they set her up at this haunted house to scare. Right. It's like, I need that. I mean, I don't want a fake setup skit, but I would love to see that one piece of that, something that scares me. Right. I mean, I've been startled to where my body locked up, but I've never had that like Dave moment.
Dude, I've been scared like that.
The worst I've seen you scared this year. No. The worst I've seen you scared was when that incident at Haldeman Mansion,
Oh my God.
when we were doing a baseline and just getting some cameras and stuff set up prior to the guests arriving for the public event. And that's when we heard the knocks, and then Dave saw something or whatever. And
no, all right, no, hold up. All right, so what happened was we're in this room, and so you come up the grand stairway, and we come out to a landing area there. There's a room in front of you, a room here, and there's a room to the right. You go through that room, and there's another room. We're in that room over there, and that room connects to this room over here to the right. So if you go through in here, or you go through in here to get to the master bedroom in the corner. I'm in the doorway, and behind me, as we're in the dark, we are radio contestant guests. We were the prize on a radio show. So, free, paranormal investigation with Paranormal Inc. It was great. So all of a sudden you hear behind me. Take my flashlight. Nothing.
no, not that time. No. You're talking about.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the one.
I'm not talking about when you hit me. I'm talking about when we. We were setting up and.
Oh, up in the second floor.
Yes,
oh,
and we
God.
heard the knock. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So behind we hear. I turn around and there's something like right here, dude. I Scooby-Doo'd out of there, and I went over him to get by him. And I'm trying to tell him there's something right there, but it was coming out sort of like
It was like his body locked up, man, and he couldn't get a word out.
I couldn't get a word out. I was like, and he finally just turned his floor around, and you could actually see it on the floor. Completely. You could see the mask on the floor.
Yeah.
So
because you could see and it was tall too, because you could see the head. And then the shoulder it was real wide.
The shoulders would have been about my head.
It looked like on the FLIR camera, it looked like it was about 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
I mean, literally.
Yeah. I mean, the shoulders would have been the top of my head height.
Wow.
When it was here, it looked like it was bent over looking at me like this. So, yeah, that's why I left footprints on his back getting by.
And it was daylight, because it was still daylight, if you remember, because what I thought was Dave and I had the keys to the mansion. So we were right above the kitchen. And
we got there, what, five-ish or so?
That was the door we used to come in. And we heard those two distinct knocks. And to me, what it sounded like was somebody shutting that heavy kitchen door.
Yeah, I just heard bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
So it was three. I heard three.
Okay, all right.
I heard three of them. And it sounded like it was the window right there. You know where right before it goes into where the servants' quarters.
Yeah.
So that would have been where the old toilet is, and the bathroom. That would have been where they were. But it was like bang, bang, bang. That's when I went, what was? And it was like right there. And I mean, I was like, and just went that way.
I don't know. What, John? You have a piece of evidence that's most memorable for you,
or your scary moment?
I don't know if I've ever been scared at a location. I guess the first time I ever was ever touched was kind of interesting.
Was she cute?
It was dark. No, so I got touched on my head, and it felt like somebody took a piece of string and just lightly placed it on my head. Yeah, that was weird.
That gives you heebie-jeebies.
Mm-hmm. Of course, you're swatting around, see what the hell's in.
Where was that at?
At the Lookout House.
Oh, wow.
Him and Steve's old place.
That man, we had some good stuff there, because I remember that one night we were there. It was us. I forget who we were with. So we're hosting an investigation, and everyone was up in the attic, and I was sitting in the back portion of the Americana room, and I was just sitting there relaxing. And I literally seen a shadow walk by the doorway in the hallway. And then
that was when Leeper was with you, wasn't it?
No, Jeff Leeper was with us the next time. And we were setting up equipment on the bed in the Americana room, and I seen Jeff look up and go, "Where's Pam?" I was like, "I think she's downstairs." And he's like, "That wasn't her that just walked by?" And it was the same path. And a friend of ours, Evelyn, was there that night. and she come down and said she saw a shadow go by that doorway the same night Jeff saw it. So that was pretty neat.
The best one I like is downstairs in the whatever that room right off the kitchen was.
Mm-hmm.
When we set up the pencils and we were all in there.
Yeah.
John, you've seen this experiment. You set up 2 pencils on top of each other. You can put it on a yes no box. But what we were doing was we actually had a spirit box going, and one of the things that we got was demonist, not demonologist, not demon. It was demonist.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeff Leeper was there, and I said to it, "Well, look, that's Jeff Leeper. He's a demonologist. Can you point the pencil at him?" And sure enough, it turned right and pointed right at him.
Wow!
In front of us all.
We actually got that on video,
and we have it on video. And then I said, "Well, can you do me a favor? My partner Ernie likes searching for paranormal. Can you point it back at him?" And sure enough, it went back the other way.
Wow!
And all of us were backed away from it. So there's nobody. If somebody would have gone on it or tried something,
and see, that's the thing with the pencil experiment. You can't move that yourself without causing it to fall.
Right.
I don't care. And I challenge anybody, not saying you can't do it,
right,
but you wouldn't be able to move that pencil so discreetly that nobody would see you do it without knocking it down.
It would, if you blew on it or physically touched it, it would wobble just because it's balanced.
It's almost impossible to make that move in any way without it falling.
But when you go one way and go back, that just
it literally stopped when Jeff Leeper, and then when Dave said go to Ernie, and it stopped on.
And at one point, we're like, "Can you use your energy to push it off?" Sure enough, that pencil went roll
right off the other way.
Yeah, I mean, that place was no, not playing around. So that actually, and that's why we use that same experiment where we go. We actually had Tony DeVille's. We did the same experiment. John, you caught it on video.
Yeah.
Exact same thing. So had a lot of good things last year.
We got to get back to DeVille's.
Heck yeah,
that place is crazy.
He's got another paranormal group coming in there in the not too distant future.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forget. They have a TV show. I forget who it is, but
nobody important.
Should be interesting. I said, hey, if you need an extra cameraman, give me a call.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm gonna have to text him and see who it is.
See who that is. Yeah, because that's our place. Come go away.
That's I tell you what, man, from the moment you get there, it just starts.
Yeah, it does. You feel it when you could just walk in.
That was like the dealership.
Oh, my Lord.
Mike asked me to do a follow. Mike King asked me to do a follow-up with them.
Right.
And see if we can get back in there.
That'd be great. We actually went to a car dealership. Now, it's right here by our house. First of all, we got the call, and we were joking with each other. Somebody saw a sticker shock, died there. We got to go see who they are. Ha, 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 ha. No bullshit. You walk in there, that place was literally, we couldn't get 3 steps in the door before it all started.
Yeah.
We got an actual EVP from a spirit box that Miss Laura from the Haldeman said, tell me your name. And you heard it say, it sounds like it says RC, but if you listen, it's a very thick Hispanic accent that says Archie, like that. And then it goes, turn around, leave.
Wow.
And Laura goes, I heard leave. If you just said leave, can you say leave again? And then it goes, turn around, leave. So we did some history on Archie. Apparently, Archie was one of the mechanics back, I think it was in the 70s or 80s, whatever it was, late 70s, early 80s. He was underneath one of the cars in the trucks in the bay. I don't know who that is. I'll have to figure out who that is. Tell me who your name is that I'm putting up the dealership is that, and I'll give you that in a sec. But apparently he was underneath in the bay, and there's a foot thing that kind of spreads out to hold the trucks up. The foot thing gave way. The truck came down on him.
Well, just to elaborate on the question while we wait to see who it is. We call it a car dealership, but it's actually a dealership that sells
trucks, heavy duty trucks.
Yeah, heavy duty trucks and box trucks, stuff like that.
Yep.
And they have a full working garage in back.
Correct.
But that was the night. This was really cool, man. We had a lot of cameras set up, and Mike King was with us. So I was like, hey, I'm going to just take a break, I'll watch the monitors. So I'm watching the monitors, and what catches my eye is I start to see a shadow walking up on Mike King.
That was JT Burkhart.
Oh, I see a JT from New Jersey Paranormal. But I'm seeing a shadow start to walk up on Mike. Just as I pick up the radio like this to call Mike, he radios to me and says, "Hey, Ernie, keep an eye behind me. I hear footsteps." And that was the exact moment when I saw the shadow walking up behind him. And that was back in the like the service area.
Oh, yeah.
Where they,
Well, no, like we were upstairs and we had one of the motion sensor cameras. And when my DVR system senses motion, you get a little running man on the monitor. But it was pointing down up in the service parts bay upstairs. And everybody's downstairs. We're actually searching out through the actual service area. But the parts bay upstairs is empty. Mike was looking at the camera. Or no, who was it? It was a female voice. I remember it was a female looking at the camera.
One of the employees that stayed for the investigation, she was watching the monitor.
And she goes, "Who's upstairs in the parts area? We have radios." I'm like,
"Nobody."
No one. We've got motion up there. So I jumped over the cameras and started looking. And you could see somebody walking around in the back, just walking.
Well, when we got there really early, and it was like 4:30 in the afternoon or whatever.
Yeah.
Sun shining. So this place was big.
Oh, yeah.
We had a lot of walking to get cameras spread out.
Yeah,
so
I probably used close to 2,000 feet of cable to get all 8 of my cameras out.
So I was taking one of the cameras, and myself and Desmond, which is Mike King and Dreama King's son, he was walking with me, and we were going through where they keep all the supplies. Like if they're, filling an order, they got the metal shelves with all the, parts, and you can see down the aisles or across to the next aisle.
Right.
So as Desmond and I are just walking along, there was a man, and we both saw this. There was a man, maybe 5'5", 5'6". To me, looked like he was about 80 years old. He had grayish white, more white, like wavy hair, kind of thinning. And as Desmond and I were walking down the aisle, he walked the next aisle over right by us. And I mean,
and the employees are telling us that's an awesome description of the parts manager who just passed away.
And it was a shame because, like I said, we had only been there maybe 10 minutes. And we were just running cable. Actually, wasn't even a camera. I was running the cable up.
Right,
first.
you were running the cable up, right.
And Desmond and I both saw it, man. We were locked in that place. We were just walking down the aisle, and this little old man just right. And like I said, I walk fast.
Yep. And
he just went whoop, right by me.
And that's the same place where we got it on camera 2 with the motion.
Yeah.
So, and then you got some kind of knocks when you were asking for knocks directly.
Yeah,
I remember you hearing you say that afterward.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, he was asking for, can you make some knocks for us?
The cool thing about that, like I said, on the way I take to go to the dojo, I go past there and back home, and I pass that place twice a day. And
so, in answer to JT's comment, though, it's a GMC dealership in Glen Burnie. So, we gonna see if we can get back there to do a follow up.
But like I said, I go past there twice a day, and it never crossed my mind that it was ever, because when we told Mike about it, and he was like, "Oh man, I'm going to come up and go with you," and because this wasn't a public event, they called us in to investigate it
to see who it was.
Yeah,
because the service manager had passed away.
I told Mike, I was like, "It's kind of a long drive for you. We're really not expecting much."
Yeah, we weren't expecting anything.
But that, and Dave, that's the cases that always turn out to be the best, or the ones that you never suspect.
Yeah, or like the one in York with that crazy girl.
Yeah, that's what I was just getting ready. I knew you were going to mention that. It, what we thought it was.
We thought it was just
it was a bunch of hokum what was going on, but it actually what she was doing to try to scare this guy actually
out of his own
sparked
house.
Real activity
of the previous owner, which we got on tape. We were coming through on a voice box. that when his name came through, the owner ran out of the room, went downstairs, grabbed the deed, brought it back up, and showed us the deed.
And the name that came through on the voice box that night was the first and last name.
Yep,
which to us didn't mean anything.
Didn't mean anything. So we just kind of kept moving. He's like,
and he jumped up and ran out
like his butt was on fire.
Yeah.
And we're like, what just happened?
And we're like, all right, we'll see.
And you hear him downstairs banging around. He comes running back up. Dude, did you hear that name? He goes, play it back. So we grabbed the recorder, played it back, and we're like, okay. So why are you trying to scare this guy? Not me.
Right.
Well, if it's not you, who is it? Roommate. What do you mean the roommate's trying to scare him? Yes. And then is she faking all this? Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It took a weird turn.
Yeah, it just did. And so we actually got real evidence of paranormal there, but it turned out it was the roommate trying to call it. So after we compiled all the evidence, I called him up.
Now, this is what I'm wondering. It's just occurred to me. Like, we completely debunked everything.
Oh, yeah. There's black water, that holy water turned black.
But here's my thing. He was sending this evidence that she was faking.
Right.
That he thought was legit.
Right.
Because he was scared.
Oh, he was terrified.
I wonder if the previous owner that we feel that we contacted that night, I wonder if he tried to contact the client in any way, or was that his first appearance, so to speak, when we were there, knowing what we were doing, so we could say to him, "Hey, dude, this is what."
Right. I don't know.
You get what I'm saying? I wonder if he caused anything to try to warn.
Well, his energy definitely ramped up the place. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
If he tried to contact, I don't know. But
because with this location, with this house, you know, when you're investigating and you're staying stationary for a while, you might have a K2 here, a REM pod there, a vibration meter over here, but everything was dead. And then when we would ask a question or ask for a response, everything would light up. It
started out when we were like, well, since nothing's going on, we're going to take a break. Is it okay with you if we take a break now? That's where it started.
Yeah.
But we literally said we're going to take a break.
But the thing is, when something would light up there, everything lit up.
Everything lit up.
At once, and then it would all stop.
We got some minor hits when it was on the cabinet where, like the first time the Mel meter went off, the tonal, and we're like, okay, that's that one going off. So we got a little bit of that just here and there. But it really started to ramp up as soon as we said, well, we're going to take a break since you're not answering. And that's where it all kicked in. It was wild as hell. But the funny part is when we called the guy a couple weeks later, once we had compiled all the evidence, we said, okay, we have all the evidence. We want to show you. Oh, no, it all stopped. What do you mean it all stopped? Oh, yeah, I kicked her out. It stopped.
I wonder why.
What happened. So, yeah, but 2021 was a good year for the paranormal.
What are you looking forward, John? What are you looking forward to in 2022?
I'd like to do more haunted objects. That freaking doll just blew me away.
Yeah.
The growls we recorded on the audio.
Rob, the one we got the growl that you heard. If you listen to it, go back to the original recording, listen to it, and I'm going to put this into your head because Rob actually picked it up. Watch what we were doing. We were talking about pinpointing where the blood, and then it growled. You can actually, if you hear it, it says it's blood.
Wow.
Listen to that. Yeah. Listen to it with that in your head and hear it again.
Yeah.
Rob, because Rob Murphy from Elite Paranormal, he was with us at
Roundhouse.
The Roundhouse, yep. And he was watching everything.
Oh, hey, speak of the devil.
There he is. But yeah, he managed to pull that out of what we thought was a growl.
Yeah, it's not a growl.
It's blood.
It's blood. And once he said it, and then I listened to it again, I'm like, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. And I mean, Rob's a good dude.
Yeah.
He's not going to, like, when we came in the next day and he told us about the happenings during the investigation that he led.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a credible dude. And
yeah, he's the 100%.
I mean? Yeah, he's not a jokester.
He's one of the few people that could pick up Sandra and even say, hey, I'm going to borrow it tonight. I'd be like, go ahead, dude.
Yeah, he's
one of the few people that I would let that happen.
But Rob managed to pull that out of there, that it's said it's blood. And then once we
put two and two together, So, but the Roundhouse was a fun event too.
Yeah.
That was a great event. So, wait, hold on. There's Rob saying we caught a follow-up that says need more blood possible for testing. Ooh.
Wow.
So we actually got to do another video with Rob in it. Hopefully we get our evidence in from him. A little bit more from you, John, once you have that. But yeah, quick, what happened was we were tired. We went to bed, but we locked Sandra in a closet inside the Roundhouse main office. Well, Spring actually went in there during the event that Rob was leading that evening in the investigation, started hearing noises inside the closet. Finally got her husband in there. He started hearing. They finally called Rob. Rob went into the closet, started moving things around until they finally went, that's it. And it turned out it was her case that was bouncing around.
Wow.
So they did a whole bunch of investigation on it. Rob, I'm going to leave that for you for one of our others when we get you back on here on the show. But it turns out the next morning when we came in, the case that we have for her was brand new. It has an upper and lower lid and four sides. Inside the case had a whole bunch of dust inside it. No clue how that got there, where it came from. Robert actually said, open her up. Let's see if she has dust inside her.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because the case that we displayed her in at the Roundhouse, when the case was delivered, Dave never opened it.
Yeah,
I
literally opened it while I was there.
We literally opened it, put it together, and housed Sandra in it.
Yep.
And it was spotless. And then the next day, it's all this dust is inside of it.
And it like literally dust balls.
Yeah.
Like
and that's the exact reason for the case. One of the reasons for the case is so that nothing gets
right, so nothing gets dusty.
So
right.
What David, what are you looking forward to in 2022?
I'm looking forward to Rochester.
Yeah.
I really am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So John, you coming to Rochester, New York with us?
I'm planning on it, yeah.
That's excellent. I know Mike King's gonna be there, and I'm gonna see if Rob says we didn't see any dust that night. Nice.
All right.
So that's what I love, having corroborating evidence with a partner, that's just amazing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we got to get you back on here, Rob. We'll give you a shout along the way, but anything that you guys caught during that session you did in the office, we would definitely love to hear.
Yeah. I saw it was sound like a good
Yeah,
case.
but if you guys have not heard, there's the Rochester Winterfest is in March
25th, 26th, and 27th.
So we are planning on being up there. I'm actually going to get them to fly again.
I don't think we should fly up just for the simple fact we have so much stuff to take.
That's a 12-hour trip.
No, it's only like 5.5 hours.
I know how he drives. No.
Yeah, it's not that long of a trip. It's like 5 hours.
I think it's like a 5-hour drive. I think we'd be better off driving.
I'm riding up with Tony DeVille and family. So
all right, we could probably do that
because it's so, dude. We got but the merchandise and the books and it's so much, and the banners, and it's too much stuff to take on a plane, man.
Hey, let me just say, throw something out there for all three of us. What if we talk to Spring, and see if we can do like Rob there. We can get Kim there. We can just do the Ussens there at the Roundhouse. Not like a full-blown investigation, but
I'll talk to Spring about it.
Hey, Rob, if you're down for that, let me know.
Just an investigation,
just
not a
like
event.
Not a public event. Your team, our team, Kim, John, to film it, and just literally a real investigation.
I'll get in touch with her this week, and we'll figure that out.
Sweet. Love that. Well, we're gonna put that absolutely. Hell yeah, I'm down for that, and we'll bring out Sandra as a trigger.
All right.
So definitely,
it is almost that time. I got to get the Qdoba before they close.
Yeah, gladly had this time.
I'm going home and eat a burrito and watch. What am I going to watch, guys?
Mountain music.
Mountain.
Hicks with sticks.
Whoa!
I got to get a Mountain Monster shirt.
Yeah, no doubt.
I got to get a Mountain Monster shirt. My birthday's in May. If anybody wants to get me a Mountain Monster shirt.
Yep. He's near Star Wars Day, May the 4th. May the 4th be with you.
My birthday's always around Memorial, because my birthday's on the 27th. So I think Memorial Day this year is the 30th.
Kim just said yes, and yes.
Yes.
So we will make sure to get the dream team together and just have a fun night. So especially one of the things is we haven't gone out to where the old Roundhouse was that collapsed. You and I.
I'll be honest with you, man. I have a feeling, not that I've ever done it, but I can almost guarantee, I don't know why, if you go out on the surrounding grounds of the Roundhouse, I guarantee we would capture something.
Oh yeah. Back when now Spring and her husband say that back thing was not used for maintenance, but the way it looks back there is maintenance on trains. So they said that they used to be just washing trains back there.
Right.
But I've gone back there and it is like nutty what I get on a recorder just playing back there.
All right.
So
John, are you coming to my event February 4th at the Kim? Are you coming to my event February 4th at the VFW?
No, absolutely. I'm gonna film it for you.
All right, yeah, good.
Yeah,
good.
I might join you just to.
Hey,
my
are we
head.
gonna bring? Hey, you can bring Sandra with you.
He's gonna be a heckler.
Yeah.
But for those that what we're talking about is I'm having an event February 4th at the VFW on Dorsey Road in Glen Burnie. It's to promote my book. It's free to the public. It's through Inspired Ghost Tracking. That's where you've seen Anthony and Dina Holmes, Steve and Pam Barry, Bill Bean, Jeff Leeper.
Oh yeah,
They all
a lot
go
of
there.
good people there.
Yeah, everybody goes there and does their thing. So stop on by. It's from 7 to 9. Like I said, it's free. I'm going to be talking about the stories in my book and all that good stuff. And this is what's going to be cool. You know, a lot of you all seen the episode I was on of haunted hospitals, but I've never really at any event or anything actually spoke about it. So I'm going to tell the true account. And actually, October 18th, this past October, something happened when I was on that road. I was on my way home.
Don't spoil it.
I'm not going to. I was
spoil
on my way home. It was my last night of work. We were getting ready to leave to go to the Roundhouse Paracon. So I have a follow-up to the haunted hospital story. So
Cool.
I'm going to be, talking all about that episode and everything. It's a lot of fun, and you'll hear firsthand from me the actual how it went down.
Absolutely.
And for those of you that are fans of Scott Porter and Stephanie Burke, they will be back tomorrow night with all new episodes of Raw and Real. So check them out on Facebook, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central.
Nice.
And John, you got anything for us, man, before we go?
No, I got nothing.
Brother, thank you for joining us as always.
Absolutely.
And,
my pleasure.
Look for lots of good stuff in 2022.
We got a good 2022 coming up, John. So make sure them cameras are charged, man.
Oh, yeah.
And to everybody who joins us every other Saturday or every other Sunday, wherever we're at, thank you to you guys too, for keeping us going. We enjoy it. We love reporting. If there's anything you guys want us to do on the show, just send it to help@paranormalinc.net.
Anything you want us to do?
You want to cover?
Yeah, anything that you have we might be interested in, or anyone you want us to bring on, anything like that. Anybody needs any kind of film work, contact John.
John, how can people find you, by the way?
I have a business card, but I think my email address is murderfilmsinc, INK, at gmail.com.
Perfect. And that way they can find you. If you need any kind of camera work done, this is the guy you want to use it.
Most definitely. John, thanks for spending the hour with us, my brother.
Thank you for having me.
We'll see you, my brother.
All right.
Guys, again, thank you for joining us. Lots of love. Happy New Year to you. I hope you got everything you want from Santa. And keep in touch. We'll see you out there.
Stay safe, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
God bless.
You've been listening to Step Into the Paranormal with Ernie Atwell and David Seiler. Thank you for listening, and listen in next week for another topic and more great guests right here on WLFE DB Radio Network.